Basketball League, which the Nighthawks are going to be playing in one of the founders teams in the league. Jeanette and I have, this is now going to be our fourth season running the Nighthawks. Very proud of where we've come from the days back in front of Shooto of Prince George's County to where we are now to the future. The PBL really, and then I'll entertain questions if anybody has about the league later. There's a handout that I think is a pretty good idea of what we're about. Having spent 3 seasons in another league, that at the end of the season, Jeanette and I made the decision that certainly we're not going to play in that league again, ever. And at the same time, we knew what we had created with the Nighthawks, with guys like Randy and Lawrence, and the community that was built. So, unfortunately, there were others that felt like that, and hence, I guess, the genesis of the Premier Basketball League. Myself and Dr. Sid Riniak, who's the owner of the Rochester Razor Sharks, that also played in another league, says Chicago, could be with us today. And we essentially embarked on a few month-long process of really studying, in our minds, minor league sports, minor league basketball in particular, and looking at it from what I like to tell people all the time is, don't tell me what everybody has done right, show me what they've done wrong, and then we'll talk about what's done right. So we really spent a lot of time, had some consultants that were, I would consider experts in the field of minor league sports, and devised what I call often an optimization or modelization for running minor league basketball. And I've said many times, I don't think it's been done right. That is minor league basketball. And I think we are poised for the first time to do it. Taking into account the number of games, the length of the season, salary caps, the whole nine, but also creating an atmosphere for players where not only are they developing, but it's not so much the attitude of trying to get out of the league, but wanting to be in the league. And how we do that and how we go about that as we grow is create opportunities, financial and otherwise, for players. Next week we're going to have another major press conference release. I don't know if it'll be in Washington to formally introduce. So I'm proud to say the commissioner of the league, Kenny Smith. I was fortunate to meet Kenny and interview some other individuals for the spot of commissioner. What was very, very nice when I met with Kenny was, forget about the basketball knowledge. I mean, the guy's been all his life, won NBA championships, won world championships. But what I was looking for is not somebody who can sit there and talk to the media. I can do that. But Johan can do that. Somebody who had a business mind, and that Kenny Smith really epitomized. And some of these ideas about what we're going to do with the league come from Kenny. As much as Sarah, I want to take credit, they're really Kenny's ideas. So we're very, very pleased, very proud to have Kenny on board. And as we move forward, he's very engaged in making this thing something very special. So the Premier Basketball League will tip off January 4th. We have 10 teams from as far north as Rochester, as far south as Dallas and Jacksonville, Florida. We'll play 20 games, 10 home, 10 away, and the playoffs will be a single elimination winner-take-all tournament. But this really gets to the point of what Kenny's and we're trying to create about the league, wanting to get in. As we grow and the monetization of the league grows, the ability to have very, very rewarding tournaments for the players is what we're looking to capture. And then also, what we're really trying to go after is the team aspect. This is, as we preach to our players and to our owners, that this is still about a community. You're in your community. This is about a family, an outing. It's about kids. It's really, to me, and it always has been, what pro sports was 25 years ago. And where players understand where they are, they understand who supports them, and they give back to them. And so, with that in mind, the teams become important, not the individuals. So, whether you score 50 points in the winner-take-all format doesn't matter. What matters is that the team wins, and that, at least in theory, is what we're hoping to bring some of the team aspect back to basketball. It's sometimes is often forgotten for guys trying to get 50 points and 20 rebounds. That doesn't matter if you lose the game. Not unlike the NCAA tournament, why everybody is so intrigued with that. Watching poker on TV, deal or no deal, it's fun when people are playing for dollars, but it's also much more engaging when you know, one and done, you're out. So that is really the idea behind the format of the winner take all. There's several other things that we're very, very pleased about in terms of the stabilization of the league, where the dollars coming from and so forth. We have some tremendous revenue things, including that will be launched in February, a multiplayer online virtual video game that can be played 24/7 all over the world. We already have tremendous dollars that have been set aside from advertisers, sponsors wanting to be part of that. So people go on and play Tamir Goodman against Alimoe and Johan. So it's very exciting. That's what I'll say at this point about the league. And as I said, if there's other questions, what I'd like to turn now is to the Nighthawks and what we've got going on this year. Jeanette and I talk all the time. How can we continue to create buzz and make it fun and make it exciting? And it's always a challenge, but never as much as a challenge as I thought it would be. Today, we're very proud. We're pleased to announce that our head coach for this year is a gentleman who, really in the D.C. area, doesn't need any introduction, particularly in basketball. Graduate of Carroll High School, Syracuse University, where he still is the all-time leading scorer in the Big East, All-American, went on to the NBA for 4 years, and has probably played in more countries than most of us have been in basketball. He joined the Nighthawks way back the first year we took over the team, and I'll never forget, some team had folded, and Lawrence came and played the first game we went to New Jersey, hit the game-winning shot, and that kind of foretold what I needed. He's grown both in basketball, but as part of the management team. Last year, this year has been assisting us with the player development. But this year, Jeanette and I approached him and said, I think it's time to cut your chops in the coaching ranks. So we're very proud, very pleased to announce as our head coach for this year, Lawrence Moten.
First of all, I'd like to thank Tom and Jeanette for giving me this opportunity to be the head coach for the American Nighthawks this year. I look forward to this opportunity. One of the things my father said earlier today, we're going to try to make this team as professional as possible, make sure the guys have a lot of fun, and last but not least, everything's good when you win. So we're going to try to produce a great winning product here with the Nighthawks. Like Tom said, we're going into the 4th year. I've been with him from the jump, and I'm here for life with him. He knows that, but at the same time, everything's good when you win. I look forward to this opportunity, and that's about it.